Happy Friday afternoon. Demi Fox at High State Realty, and I wanted to thank you for joining us this afternoon. Every Friday, we go on our Facebook and other social media platform to give you some information about real estate and what's going on in the market, and we answer questions that are the most asked during the week. So always please forward to us your questions during the week if you come across anything that you wonder how, what, and why, and I'll do my best to answer the most asked question that week. And this week, amazingly, what we've been hearing a lot about is homes going in foreclosures. And it's kind of surprising considering that the market price is so high right now. And you would think that there's so much equity in the properties, why somebody would even be going in foreclosure. And there's different reasons, and that's something that for us to kind of discover a little bit during our interview. If you choose to work with short sale or foreclosure property. Now, I say short sale, I have to say there's not many short sales. Short sale is number one question was difference between short sale and foreclosure. And, I have to tell you, back in 2007, I asked myself that same question. Matter of fact, many people ask themselves that same question because we had never dealt, unless you'd been in the business for 100 years, okay, maybe 30, most of us had not dealt with that. I get licensed in 2002, and at that point, if you watched the curve of the market, we were going up in value all the way until 2006 to even 2007. I remember because I was pregnant, and I was watching the value going up and market being so fast, and I had a goal to sell as many homes as possible by mid of the 2007 because that's when my son was due. And I did. I accomplished my goal. But at that time, we did see a lot of homes that when the market crashed in 2000 mid 7, that's when they readjust and banks started to shut down on us, and the subprime went away. Lenders disappeared. The lender that I used at that time disappeared. I was trying to reach him and the number was disconnected. So the market dropped at that point a lot. And if you watch again the curve of the market, the price were readjusting down, like someplace like in our area in Ventura County, in Los Angeles County, in California, dropped close to 40%, some area even 50%. So if you had bought a house on $1 million, there's a chance that you were able to sell it only for 500. We should have bought a bunch, right? But as an agent, our market had gone down. It was not easy for us neither. So anyhow, so what happened? If you were not able to pay your mortgage anymore and you had to sell your home, we were selling them in what we call a short sale. Doesn't mean short sale happening fast. No. Some of those sales took close to a year and a half to get done. At first, it was so many all at once that the bank were going crazy. We were going crazy with the amount of homes in foreclosure. And so what we call short sale or short pay is the homeowner will sell the home at a price that is less than what it's worth. So you remember I said if you bought it for $1 million, now it's selling for 500. If your loan amount, let's say, was 900,000 on $1 million, and your house worth 500, you're short $400,000. And so we had to negotiate with the bank to accept to take a lower price. And, because of those loans are covered by insurance and, they're insured and all that stuff, it's possible, it's doable for a bank to do that. And the bank didn't want to be stuck with all those real estate property. They want to get rid of it. So we did what we call the short sale or short pay. Short sale is the most common word used in real estate as a real estate agent. When you work with the bank, they call it more of the short pay. Same thing, different word. And then, so now what we see in this market, there's maybe some that will go short sell. Maybe people pulled out a HELOC, too much money out of the property. Market went up, so they thought, I'm going to remodel my home. Oh, by the way, I'm going to, go on this most expensive trip and I'll buy 10 Louis Vuitton. Whatever they did, they may have maxed out the value of their home, the equity on their home, cashing it out and spend it all out. And now the house they need to sell and it's not selling at what the amount of money that they owe. But those are rare. But what we see a lot, amazing, like I said, it's home just in foreclosure. Maybe it's death, divorce, whatever reason why somebody, unfortunately, things happen and it just cannot pay their mortgage anymore. And it's really sad, but it does happen in any economy, right? And of course, it's not as many as it was in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, but there is some. And so the big difference with the short sale, short pay, and foreclosure is, like I just said, one is selling for less than the value, but both have gone into foreclosure, which is where you stop paying your mortgage and now you receive a notice that you're defaulting on your loan and a demand to pay back. And usually you have 90 days, 3 months to cover the difference. So you'll have penalty, interest, and things like this, but you have to bring back your loan current. And if you don't, usually within that 3 months period, and it depends where you're at. This is our area is 3 months. Some states, some neighborhood is different. So you always want to check how long the notice of default period is for. Ours is 90 days. And you can extend it. Often you can ask an extension, and you see that a lot. Another month or so, they give you an extra 30 days. If you're working, you're trying to save your home. But what happened if it's 90 days, nothing happened, you didn't try to save your home, and then 90 days happen, boom, you get a notice of trustee sale. And that notice of trustee sale will take you into a foreclosure. And what happened, the notice of trustee sale is the day that the house will be auctioned off at the courthouse, for an amount. So the bank will take your property into an auction, and that's where you have all the investor, cash buyer are showing up. At that time, you have to buy the house cash. If you go to an auction, you got to buy your house cash over there at the auction. And then so they overbid. They start a bidding price, boom, 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 and it gets bid up, and then an investor pick it up. Now, if it gets bid too high, or maybe their opening bid is too high, and the investor's like, "Are you out of your mind? No, I'm not buying a foreclosure for that price." Then the bank is buying back their own property, their own mortgage, right? So now it becomes a bank-owned property owned by a bank, and at that time, the house is foreclosed. So it's no longer in foreclosure; it is foreclosed on, and the bank takes the house, and so the person has to move out. So when we see I know it's a lot of information, and I can surely detail that. If you have questions, call me, reach out to me. I can explain to you a little bit more. I've done just so many during the crash. I had to become an expert. And so if you are in foreclosure, or you know somebody who is in foreclosure, or maybe you're an agent that want to help out people in foreclosure, then you can reach out, and I'll do my best to educate you on it. Now, what I want to talk to you about, if you are an agent that wants to have, that there's foreclosures out there, people in foreclosure, and you want to reach out and help them out. Number one thing is you want to first connect with those people, right? You don't go in there and say, "Hey, I know your house in foreclosure and I'm here to sell your house." Most of those people, if they are in foreclosure, it's because they've been struggling to pay their mortgage. And if really they would just wanted to sell, they would have sold their home. A lot of them you'll see has equity in their home. Why aren't they selling? Cash out, go somewhere else. Many reasons, and one of the most important one is probably they don't want to lose their home. This is their home. Remember that this is their home. Maybe they have an elderly parent that lives there and they're taking care of them. There's a bedroom downstairs, or it's a one-story. They really need that. There are hospitals nearby, the nurses in the neighborhood. It could be that they still have kids at home. They don't want to disturb the kids. The kids are in school. They have maybe the kids that is in the football team, and they don't want to, take the kids away from that football team and have to move out. So that's one reason why somebody in foreclosure would still keep their home. Many reasons. I just gave you 2 examples. Everybody has many reasons why they're not selling their home. One big one, they maybe not even know there's an option, such as selling their home, getting out of there, take some money, take their equity, and maybe start at a lower level, maybe buy a smaller home, but don't just get foreclosed on, because then you lose everything, right? So that's so important. So if you decide to help some people that and I'm saying the word help, I'm not saying if you decide to sell foreclosure, short sale, and all that. If you want to help, and I'm going to say that again, if you want to help them, because that's how you want to go and talk to them. If in your heart you just want to cash out on their miserable position, they may not be too open to talk to you. But if you come as somebody that want to support them and help them, because before they get foreclosed on or sell their home, there's other option. Like our in-house lender at American New Funding, Sylvie St. Laurent, she does reverse mortgage. She just saved somebody from foreclosure by doing a reverse mortgage on their home. While they thought they were going to lose their home, they had so much equity, no more money to pay. Reverse mortgage allowed them to stay in their home for free and just do the reverse. So there's different things like this you can offer. If they still have a job and pretty decent credit, which I doubt it if they're in foreclosure, but if they do, they could always work a refinance on their home, lower their payment, right? So there's a few options when you go, do some research, talk to us and approach them that way. How can I help you? And also try to understand, without digging too deep, how did they get there? But it's kind of important to understand their story a little bit, understand their world, where they're coming from, what happened. Because if they're losing their home, this is not the only problem they have. I can guarantee you that. There's a lot behind that. Loss of job, death, who knows, divorce. It's so many things that could have happened. Illness, maybe they have medical bills over their head for themselves or a family member. So really understand their world and connect with them and figure out what would be the most important thing for them to do right now, and help them with that. Sometimes they're like, I don't know, help them with that, like understanding what's the most important, and what would be a better place for them to be at this moment. And again, your goal is really to try to save this home from foreclosure, keep them in their home. And I know if you're a real estate agent watching that, you're like, well, I'm in it to sell homes. How am I going to get paid? I don't get paid to do refinance or, modification of terms or anything, or reverse mortgage. But you will be so appreciated if you can help them, that you will maybe potentially get referrals from them. And maybe you'll help them save the house, and maybe in 3, 5, 10 years from now, they'll be like, it's time to go. Thank you so much for saving us that day. But now the kids are out of school and they're moving on to college. And you know what? One of them's going to Tennessee, and which going to follow them. So can you come and list their home? So don't just do business to make money today, because you have to come from contribution. You got to be a 5-star agent with 5-star service, red carpet, it doesn't matter. You want to care and help them, so they can refer you people, they're going to be so amazed if you help them save their home. And if you, after looking at all the possibilities of what you can do to help them, you both may come to the conclusion that this is the best thing to do, is to sell their home now. Maybe there's enough equity that you can even go buy a little home cash, a condominium or something, or put them in a cute little rental for a while. Of course, rental, you lose money every day, but so there's option there. Anyways, I try to keep this Friday afternoon under 15 minutes, and I say that we are almost at 13 minutes right now. So I'll keep it at that. There's so much information out there, but please reach out to me if you have any question, if you are in foreclosure or you fear that you could be in one. And if you're an agent and have questioned, and I know there's not many home for sale right now, so that could be also a source where you can match a home with one of your buyer too. I always think about that. When there's low inventory, go get your own listing and match your buyer with your seller. And but do it with courtesy and with your heart, right? We're here to help people. So anyways, that's it for this Friday. Thank you so much. That was such a great question to send out, because actually I've been working on that too for the last few months, because unfortunately I've been seeing home going in foreclosure also. So reach out to me, Demi Fox, High State Realty. You can simply just text me 805-490-1401. Shoot me an email at demifox@highstaterealty.com. I'll be happy to talk to you and help you out grow your business. Or if you are struggling right now, take a minute, reach out, we'll meet up. Have a good one. Have a safe weekend. See you next Friday.